just like the pinnacle of everything that we did. Like we were outside to Nintendo 64, to our gateway
Yeah,
one computers, then to our Legos, then to our
to
Kinects,
AOL
then to
Instant Messenger.
outside. Then we had to check to see, right, dude. Do you remember when you heard that door open and shut?
Dude, and it was
That
like it was,
sound
and it was
effect.
like one of your friends or a girl you had a crush on.
Ding. Oh,
Pew!
bro, one of my first
Pew!
serious girlfriends in high school. We were 15. That's how we communicated because unlimited
Oh, dude,
texting wasn't a thing, and I waited
dude,
for
the
her every
feeling
night.
of hearing the
Yes.
pa-ting when the door would open.
And especially, bro, when you agreed to be there at a certain time and she's left you hanging before and you didn't want to go talk to her the next day in school because it was like, yo, you left me hanging on AIM because that's embarrassing. But
Yes,
the day
you
she
just put up
shows up,
emo lyric away message, and then you just are sad.
oh, and then the away messages. Oh my gosh,
Away
dude.
message. Okay,
Away
here's the
messages
thing.
were subtweeting before subtweeting.
Yes, yes, yes. And Brittany and I have talked about the fact that how much better would iMessage be if instead of do not disturb, you could throw up an away message?
Yeah.
How much better would it be if they just brought that back?
Why don't they have
Because
that?
texting is just AOL Instant Messenger all the
Right.
goddamn time, which is insane. And the
Right.
fact that people, this is something we talk about a lot. The fact that anyone can talk to you just at any point in time, as long as they have your phone number, without having to like, you don't accept the buddy request, any of that stuff,
Yeah.
is actually how much worse stuff has gotten. AOL Instant Messenger was the peak of text message conversations
Right. Right.
because it
And
was
then
you had control over who could message you. You could set yourself as away. You could
uh-huh.
log out.
Now,
Now anyone can text you at any point in time, and it's infuriating.
let me ask you this. Do you remember when there was segregation on AOL Instant Messenger? And I'm not talking race here, but I'm talking how we knew the difference between the rich kids and the poor kids on AOL Instant Messenger because the rich kids had an at AOL email address because
Oh my god! Yes.
their parents could afford AOL internet services. But if you didn't have AOL, that's when they branched off and just did aim.com for the kids who couldn't afford AOL. And then you could sign up through AIM and message your friends that way.
Dude.
Yeah.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
you're correct.
Yep.
I forgot that that was.
And so Megs to start, I remember she still has it to this day. And it's because of me, because we were just, nicknames and giddy and in love in high school. Her first email address, and I believe, I don't think she has a login, but I think she still gets emails to it for some things, is hisbabyboo09 at aim.com.
Oh my god.
Oh nine, oh nine, bro. This isn't even like, you know,
Well, I remember. So when I
that
first
was
got a
late.
MacBook,
That was late. Oh
well back in
nine.
the day,
Yeah.
when I first got a MacBook, so I guess this was 2008 probably,
Yeah.
because when I went to Millersville,
Uh-huh.
AOL Instant Messenger was all what iMessage on the
Yep.
computer was.
Yep.
You could link
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
AIM. It didn't have texting
Oh,
yet.
but
It
then
didn't have texting for a
didn't
long time.
it didn't, but then as soon as we integrated with like Yahoo and then bro, the texting. Talk about the texting. Go, 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 go. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Green texting? Are we talking green text before? Because green text was. Oh
Well,
no, AIM texting.
AIM texting. You could hook
Dude, yes,
AIM
you
up to
could
your
forward
phone.
it. Yes.
Yep.
Oh, dude, and I got in trouble because the girl I was dating at the time, I didn't know that it counted as text, and I had to pay my parents a lot of money
You ran up the
because I
bill.
was
Yeah.
aiming
Yep.
via text,
Yep.
and like I didn't know how it worked. No one knew how it worked.
No. Yeah, right. Yep. We didn't know
Yeah,
how it
and
worked
it was
until we
like,
got the bill. Yeah.
dude, it was like 25 cents a text over 200 or something. It was like an insane number of just like
It was
after you
trash. Yeah.
sent 200 texts, which like let's be real, if you and I had to pay for iMessage right now, we would break that in like the first 2 days of every week.
Yeah. Of course. Right.
We'd be paying out the wazoo to just message each other.
Yeah.
So it was 25 cents a text over 250, I think is what it was on our like Verizon family texting.
Isn't that crazy?
And I was instant messaging the girl I was dating who was in the AIM era. I did not know that I was racking up the family text plan. And I had to pay my parents like a good, like probably $100 at least. just because just didn't know that that's how it worked. And then also like, oh god, dude, I don't remember when I got unlimited texting. Do you? Like, know that it happened at some point when I had an iPhone.
Yeah,
But
no, I think so too because even when I Let me think here.
Were you a first gen iPhone guy, by the way?
No, dude, my story with the first iPhone. So again, my parents were I guess when they were married, they had enough money to pay for AOL internet services, but I guess after the divorce, they were broke. So, I never got like a phone. My first phone was like an LG chocolate, a slide up on Verizon.
Okay, that's fantastic. Yes, I
And
had a.
then and anything beyond that, like I got whatever the free one was back then. Whatever you get with a free 2-year contract,
Yeah,
that's what the
you get
kids
free.
get.
Yeah, I went
So,
LG chocolate to Envy
yes,
Touch was
sir.
my like last one I
Yes,
remember.
sir. Yes, sir.
And
So
then there
I
was like
went,
an in between gray LG phone that
yep.
had an MP3 player on the front
Let me tell you what. I was so
and like a two
irritated.
megapixel camera that I thought was incredible.
I was so irritated because when I got my LG chocolate, this was before iPods popped and this was before MP3 players became like $10 and everyone had one. So and this LG chocolate, they prized themselves in their marketing to like, dude, this phone can play MP3s. You're going to be doing nothing but listening to this phone. It's amazing. You need it. Get it. And when I got the chocolate that Christmas morning at my father's house, I was over the moon. And the first thing I wanted to do was go straight to BearShare and LimeWire and download whatever Eminem song I could to put on my new LG chocolate. And let me tell you what, Paul, you can't just do that in 2006. You have to
Yeah, what
have
did you have to do? I remember the process, but like
I had
you had
to
to like.
I had to go to the Verizon store and I had to buy a proprietary memory card at the time. You couldn't just buy a regular micro
Oh my
SD off of
gosh,
Amazon.
yes,
I had to buy a
yes.
proprietary data transfer cable. It was some weird 15 pin that they don't make anymore. It wasn't just USB. And I had to buy proprietary headphones to go in that jack, all of which cost me like $150 because at the time it was unheard of and no one like this wasn't, I couldn't go to Five Below and get a charging cable. And so,
Dude,
and
this is also
so
nostalgic for me right
and
now.
so then so I did it. And the storage I could have like 15 songs. I could have like
Yeah, I
15.
remember. I vividly remember that phone. So not the chocolate, the gray one I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
I'm gonna look it up. LG gray phone MP3
The
gray phone.
battery would die as soon as I plugged the
Oh
headphones
yeah,
in. I could get through maybe 5 songs and would just kill the battery and it would get so hot. The phone would overheat if I had headphones plugged in. It was insane. And then
dude. I'm trying to.
my
Yeah, they were
parents
terrible.
my parents were basically like, look, you got to fend for yourself now, so if you want like the iPhone, you got to buy it. My first smartphone that I bought on my own was a Sidekick 3 from T-Mobile, and it
Awesome,
it
awesome.
was it was the best purchase of my life so far. It was amazing. I wish I still had one. I might buy one on eBay just because like they're so dope. And I hate the fact that you can't use them anymore. Like
Oh yeah, when they got rid of like everything.
the
It's
2G the 2G networks don't exist. So
dude. Yeah, I remember being worried that I wasn't going to be able to have enough money to buy a new phone, and that was like a thing at one point.
but yeah, dude, the
Trying to
first
find this stupid phone, I can't find it.
long-winded tailpipe to that story, the first iPhone came out and this was before the boom of only spending a $199 like $200 on an iPhone with your 2-year contract. So you had to buy this shit like outright and it was only on Singular at the time, not AT&T.
Yeah, I found the phone, by the way, that I was thinking
Singular.
of.
I'm pretty sure it was no, maybe it was AT&T. Yeah. My stepmom had one of those for 6 years. I mean,
That
it
was like my
just
favorite phone
yeah,
ever.
it just
And
insane.
flip phones honestly were cooler than iPhones.
So
No
my
offense to iPhones,
I
but
was I was so jealous because my rich cousin, his parents bought him one. He had an iPhone 1. I think he still has it. If I text him right now, I'm sure he'll tell me he still has it. Um but he has an original iPhone. I never had an original iPhone. My first iPhone was a 3GS. And I
dude,
jailbroke it and bricked it immediately.
that's so funny. That's such
Yeah.
a funny thing to do. Because like,
Yeah.
yeah,
And I was so
I
worried.
definitely,
I was so worried. I was like
yeah.
texting my friends who did it before, and I was like, I just bricked my 3GS. What do I do? Oh my God, I'm not going to have a phone. Like, I thought I was screwed. I thought I was going to have to buy a completely new phone.
The thing is that if you did it now, you would probably. because
if I bricked
it's
it,
not as easy as it once was to repair a phone
you can't just
because they don't yeah,
you can't
they
just hard reset it or whatever.
no, they make it really difficult to fix things if
Oh,
you break them that way because they're trying to crack down
well, but now you
on
can just go to
everything.
I stopped following all the YouTubers who would release their top 10 Cydia hack videos, but now you can just go to a page in Safari and click a button and
Yeah,
it'll
it
jailbreak
was
your shit.
not to sound like a boomer,
Yeah.
but we had it a lot harder in our day if
Oh
you wanted to
yeah.
get
Oh
illegal
yeah.
copies of Farmville on your smartphone.
I remember I had to download Black Rain or Purple Rain, which was just
And there was
a
the Duck
BIOS
app that you could use
extractor.
to
Yeah.
do it. Whatever the Duck app was called on your computer. Do you know what I'm talking about? There was you had to get this
Oh,
app that had a duck icon to plug your iPhone into it
that was an
to
FTP. It
then
was an FTP transfer. That you're thinking about
yes,
CyberDuck. Yeah.
yeah, the
Yeah.
duck, yeah. So that's what's up. We know what's up.
Did you watch the Winnie the Pooh trailer?
I did. It's horrific.
Did
I knew about
you?
it already, but the trailer
Yes.
is. I asked you the question: why does Christopher Robin talk that way?
Okay,
That's my first question.
so I don't know. I have no idea. I don't
I
know
was
what's
very
going on.
confused by that situation.
And so I've seen reviews of this trailer so far, and people are thinking it's kind of good.
Pooh, Piglet, Eeyore, we were friends for many years, and they're out there.
Christopher, we need to leave. Now.
I really need to find out what's happened here, okay?
People think it's
Oh.
kind of good. I've seen multiple people say, "Hey, it's not terrible." And so
I don't like that.
it just, I think, bro, you know what it is? I think it's just something I don't know. I don't know, man. But I think this definitely needs to be added to your Monday night movie night.
Yeah,
I
blood,
think,
blood and honey. It's gonna be a sick watch.
do you
I
think
promise.
do you think Brittany would go for it?
Maybe the rules of Monday Night Movie Night are you don't get to choose, but
Oh, okay. Got it.
yeah, it's the other person's choice. That
Nice.
is though, it looks terrible, in a way that I will be amused by. So that's it has that going for it. But
It's like, bro,
oof,
they've been abandoned. The premise of it is just fantastic. I mean, I've said it so many times, but
sure.
Christopher Robin hooks up with his girlfriend, goes to college, and just abandons Winnie the Pooh and Eeyore and Piglet, and they turn into fucking serial killers because they haven't
it's such a
eaten
funny idea that that's what would happen to
your
the
childhood, right?
And also, I love that the first reveal in the trailer of why she was scared was because it said Eeyore R.I.P. Eeyore's dead,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
isn't necessarily ominous. It's just oh, Eeyore's dead. Why is this ominous in this case? That's what my first thought was.
And so then, of course, what the same. And so then, these four, then what? Winnie the Pooh and Piglet turn the house that Christopher Robin used to live in into an Airbnb, and then they rent it out to these four
trap
teenagers.
People, because those girls were just oh, this place is cute.
Yeah, right.
And just showing up
and
with
it's
no context.
Okay, best estimates. How much money a month collectively do these four girls make on OnlyFans? And you know what I mean? There's a reason they went to this house for a little getaway. They probably needed
OnlyFans house.
They probably needed a content house, for the weekend. There's a pool. There's a jacuzzi.
Little did they know that they'd be attacked by Winnie the Pooh and Piglet in the worst masks you've ever seen designed for a movie past the year 1950.
I think that might be I think the mask might be the best part, bro. I think
they're incredible.
I think it might be
they're
the best
incredible.
part.
They look incredible.
And so I'm watching
in a
this.
bad way again, you know.
I'm looking at it silently now, and I mean, I'm looking at a girl in the middle of the road, chained up and just like a brawl in underwear, presumably about to be ran over by Winnie the Pooh.
So it's just going to be, yeah, like, I do love that this is the first thing that happened, like, on a large scale when Winnie the Pooh became public domain.
Yeah.
This is what we did as a society
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
We can't come up with anything better than this as, oh, what if Winnie the Pooh did this now? No, Winnie the Pooh is now a serial killer, and of course,
Okay.
because why not?
And like, of course, and just even on that topic, bro, it's like, how do you think like, and I just talked about it with my buddy Jeff. We just scrapped $100 million Batgirl movie featuring Michael Keaton. Like, what's going on that we can't make?
I forgot that happened.
What's going on that we can't make a fucking movie in the United States, let alone a Batman movie? Like Batman.
Did we not?
Is
Oh no, I talked to
so
I
easy.
talked to someone else about this.
It's so easy.
Matt Damon just explained this.
Yeah.
On Hot Ones, I want to say.
Okay. That's
And his
interesting.
explanation of why movies are the way they are now, because like kind of like there's like 4 types of movies really, and most of them are genres of Marvel movies,
Right.
and then the rest of it's like pretty straight slasher movie, which is what somehow Winnie the Pooh is now, or it like, you know, it's just not a big movie.
Right.
And Matt Damon explained that back in the day, you could take a lot of risks on writing different and interesting things, because if it flopped in the theaters, 6 months later, you get a secondary set of revenue,
Yes.
and all the people who rent and buy the DVD.
Yes.
And
You
that
didn't-
means that movies
right.
don't have to be box office successes
Right.
for you to make them,
Right.
the way it used to work.
Yep.
Streaming made it that
Yep.
you don't get that.
Yep.
You
Yep.
get one shot at making your bag back.
Right.
So
Right.
if you're going to invest any amount of money into something,
Mhm.
you have to basically be able to guarantee
Better be
you're
the
going to be able to
best
double
damn
what you
thing.
invested.
Right. Best damn thing you've ever fucking seen. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow.
And so
I did know that. You're right.
The things that slip through are
Mm.
either insane, like Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey,
Right.
because it's so out there that like it probably will do numbers, even just like as a meme.
Oh, I'm.
You know, like how Morbius was re-released
Paul-
3 times as a meme.
Oh my God. Wait. Okay. Because I knew it was re-released, and I saw all the memes online like, oh, it's 4th of July weekend. Here's Morbius again. Like, but why,
Yeah.
what was that? Do you know what the actual cause was? Was it just a
It was like people
CGI
online,
re-render?
like ironically liking it. Like it was like totally like it was like kind of like the GameStop stocks, but for a movie.
Okay.
But they kept re-releasing it because like the algorithm told them to, but like it lost money every time it released it because it's like an awful movie. So
Got it.
basically, the internet has bullied the movie making industry into that.
Yeah. Well, listen, dude, I haven't, the last movie that Megs and I went to see in theaters was The Quiet Place 1. Like the very first one with John Krasinski.
Oh, wow. That's a long time ago.
Long time ago, like 2018, maybe before the kid, maybe 2019 early. I don't know. Yeah, it was definitely before the kid. And so, and it's like, dude, we haven't like, so, but this Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, wherever it is, I'm paying whatever fee. I will not rip
Yeah, but
this.
that's why
I
it
will
got
not.
made,
I will not
you have
download
to
it.
know.
I will not illegally get it, bro. I subscribe to Tim Dillon's Patreon. I give this man money every month, and he dropped a Netflix special. A, I don't have a Netflix account. B, I use someone else's Netflix account, and C, I fucking pirated his Netflix special. Like, what's that tell you about where I'm at with giving a shit about
you'll pay. Yeah, interesting. So you really respect the high art that is Winnie the Pooh.
But
Honey.
no,
You just really gotta appreciate
I
it.
respect the fucking balls, because if I were to put this trailer out, everyone would tell me to go shoot myself in the face like Winnie the Pooh does in the fucking trailer. But these guys put it out and they backed them, and I love that for them, even though they probably didn't expect it. They probably didn't expect this to get more than 20 views, and so like I'm all in. I'm all in on the meme. I'm all in on the money.
Incredible.
Tim Dillon, I love you. I hope you get on my podcast one day. But like, I just, and like, hey, let's be honest. He got his bag from Netflix. So whether I stream it or not, it doesn't matter. So like, you know what I mean?
Why did Tim Dillon come up yesterday for me? Tim
Oh,
Dillon was part of
seriously?
the conversation yesterday.
Do you like Tim Dillon? Because I'm minorly obsessed and I have no one to talk to him about.
I enjoy Tim Dillon. I know not much of his podcast. Like
My
I've heard him on other stuff and I've seen his videos, but like I'm not a regular listener.
If you have listened to any of my videos since you and I have become friends, like since episode 25 and beyond of my podcast, it is very heavily influenced by him. I mean, I don't like obviously rip him off, but like some topics or some attitude
it's hard
or some
to,
things.
like, when you listen to a podcast, not emulate it in some degree.
Oh yeah. He is a genius of just saying what everyone is thinking, even in an awkward situation. Like if a fucking bus crashes with a bus driver and a bunch of kids into a river, he doesn't like blame the bus driver. Maybe it was the kid's fault. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
or like whatever.
fantastic.
Like it's so open and it's so free. Like it's hilarious. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
It's just hilarious.
Dude, no, it's
like, why the fuck? Like, he's the reason I'm partially, I mean, I don't know if I've ever said this before or even want to admit it, but like, I guess I'd consider myself woke, like, quote unquote. I don't know. Not necessarily, but like,
you are.
No, but
you're like in the proper way, not the like stupid.
Right. I understand the government. I understand where my money's going. Nowhere. I understand how taxes work. No one does. Like, I understand that like there's a sham going on. And like, even though we're all getting $10,000 for our student loans, like we just sent 70 billion to a country that will fall into Russia in about 6 months. Like, what's going on? Like, that's my wokeness. You know what I mean? Like,
it's the awareness of, hey, it seems like everybody's getting a raw deal.
That's it.
Like,
I'm
why
sorry.
Is it that, why is it that we can do this but not this? And we can do this but not this.
I take it back. I'm not woke. I'm aware. I am aware. Yes. Thank you, because of Tim Dillon. It's just because it makes so much sense, dude. Once you take a step back and just look at what's happening, it's like, man, I'll just even come up with these great ideas. For example, dude, when my neighbor lived here next to us, she moved away, so she's gone now. She started this podcast theoretically with me, but like she would get these stupid fucking yard signs for her kids every year for 12 hours. There would be a big sign in the front yard that just says happy birthday. And it's like the ones where like each letter is an individual sign and you can customize it.
In our neighborhood who get that for their like grandma every year. I've seen it.
So
I had never actually seen it until like this year. So you're telling me something I just learned.
You pay like $50, $80. The lady comes, she puts them in, she takes them out the next day. The longer you want it in your yard, the more it'll cost, right? So she did this for her kids for the first year or whatever. And we were like, okay, well, that's annoying. It's the most atrocious thing. And the only reason she does it is so she can post a picture on Facebook and Instagram and make herself feel good like a cool mom. Like, there's no other reason. We don't give a shit about your son's birthday. Like, why do we need to see your sign? You know? And so now she's convincing all of our still now current neighbors to do it. So down the block had one up for her daughter's Sweet 16 just yesterday. And guess what? Her daughter's Sweet 16 was last week, and I almost took it down myself. And so I told Megs, I'm like, look, dude, what if, because I know for a fact, much like you ever see the balloon arcs that like all these companies have now?
Yeah.
Like, don't ever, by God, if I find out you ever pay someone money to get one of those, you can get the same thing on Amazon for $20. Megs and I did it. Like, we knew someone who had a business and she was trying to charge us $100 for Ollie's birthday. We went on Amazon, did it the night before. It was the coolest fucking thing ever. It's so cool. And you can do it yourself. So like, don't ever pay for that shit. And I'm assuming
DIY balloon art from Levi.
Exactly. And I'm assuming the yard signs with the letters are the same fucking way. And so I said to Megs, I bet if I go online and spend $20, can I get fuck your yard signs and put it up in my yard? You know what I mean? And
there's another episode of Levi versus the HOA following that.
You know what I mean? And I think, here's the thing though, Paul, I thought about it. And when I moved in here and I had my bitch don't wear my shoes in the house mat on the floor and they made me take it down because people were offended, I was a little pussy. And I didn't think, I don't want to piss off the HOA. We just moved in, blah, blah, blah. But now I don't give a shit. Now I'll piss them off. Do you think if I did that or I put my mat back out, do you think if they told me to take it down or fined me for it, I could sue them for my First Amendment rights of freedom of speech?
Probably not,
Okay.
because there's probably some provision of the HOA that makes it impossible to sue them for anything that they do.
Yeah.
But yo, dude, I do have to hop though because it's 4 o'clock and I have to do some stuff still that I didn't do yet today.
All right. Sounds good.
So I got hop. But we started. Oh yeah, I'll reach out to that dude tomorrow and we'll have a conversation. I was like, we started somewhere. I don't know where it landed, but that's where we started. So
All right. Sounds
I'll
good.
do that, and we will continue to conquer the universe piece by piece.
Yes, sir.
All right. Peace.
Talk to you later.